rip it.
It won't
You
break.
pull that one.
It will not break. Oh, careful. Oh! Oh!
Get the drill.
Okay, so it is a beautiful October day. Today I'm going to show you how to make butternut squash ricotta shells. So if any of you have followed my actual blog, which is autumnbecomes.me, you've probably seen this recipe. I've had it for a while, but I've never actually shown you guys how to make it. And so I have all of the recipe items here, and I was just like, yeah, it's what's for dinner. So I figured I'd walk you through it. Now, as I have said in prior videos, my kitchen is small. I think I was actually wearing the same shirt, but it's a really small kitchen. Like, I literally have, this is my counter and that's my counter. So what I'm gonna be doing is prepping my food on the top of my freezer, which has become really my prep station. I'm gonna spare you guys that, but I am gonna put up a list of ingredients. So if you want to make this dinner that I'm making, you can. It's sweet and it's savory and it's carby, but it's also meaty. It's the perfect combination. And then the butternut squash is like the fall flavoring. It balances the saltiness of the pork and the sausage meat. And then of course we throw in like some spinach to just like, there's our vegetables. It's a very savory fall dish. Can't wait for fall. It's the only time I cook this. So I'm gonna do the prepping for all of this, and I will be back with you once everything is prepped and ready to go. And in the meantime, I will give you the ingredients list. So if you want to ever cook this yourself, you can. It's super easy. It sounds complicated, but seriously, just take it one step at a time. Prep all of your stuff beforehand, and you'll be good as gold. If you buy a whole butternut squash, you're gonna have prepping to do along with the onion and the garlic. For me, because it is just me, and even if I had a family, I would probably buy those pre-cut, with the exception of the onion, because like this is all rough chopped. Rough chop means that it's still pretty big, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and blend it up. I don't have a food processor at the moment because my cat, Moto, decided to go up and explore the cabinetry, which he's not allowed up there, but at 2 in the morning he decided to go up there and he decided that I didn't need a food processor anymore. So at 2 in the morning he yeeted it off. The top of the cabinets, I heard this loud crash and it was definitely broken. But I happen to have a emulsion blender, which is like one of those handheld ones, and I love it. So I'm just gonna take that to it. But with this, we have our butternut squash pieces and our onion, and then I just covered it in olive oil and salt and pepper. I have the oven set at 400 degrees. So we're gonna put those in and have it roast for about 40 minutes. While this is going, I would wait, you know, till you have about 10, maybe 15 minutes left. And then I would start browning your sausage, because you need that fully cooked before you start stuffing it in the shells. So I'm just gonna pop that into the oven and wait. That's gonna be part of the puree that's gonna go on top of these shells. Okay, sorry, it's really hot in there. But my butternut squash and my onions are all good to go. So I'm gonna get them out and move them into this pan. I already have my sausage getting ready to start cooking as well. So let's get to that. So you can see, without having a counter space, it makes cooking super exciting, having everything balanced very precariously on other things. So as soon as I can, I'm gonna get this out. I'm gonna put it in my little pan because we're gonna make a puree. I wish I could tell you guys how good it smells in here between this and that. It's really good. So I'm just browning up the sausage. You don't want spicy. I actually just got regular old mild Italian sausage. And oh, it is so good. It smells like fall in this house. So our sausage is mostly cooked. So I just added in about 3 half teaspoons of chopped garlic that I already had. I'm really heavy-handed with it because I happen to like garlic. And I'm gonna add in 2 cups of spinach. And we're just gonna cook these until they're nice and wilted. And then we'll have the stuffing for our shells all ready to go. Seems like a lot, but that is going to definitely wilt and be a lot less than it looks. Okay, so while we take time to let our spinach wilt, we're going to move over to our puree. And again, that is just 1 butternut squash and 1 onion, roughly cubed. So it kind of looks like that. And I don't have my blender anymore thanks to Moto, so I'm gonna just be using a regular old emulsion blender. We're just gonna get that into a very, almost like a sauce consistency. Yeah, you want all those chunks to be kind of taken out there. So let's get to that. Alright, it's amazing how little 2 cups of spinach will look once it's all cooked down. Look at that. Okay, so this is all good to go and I want it to cool. And then we have our puree, and this is more like a baby food consistency. So I'm gonna loosen that up a bit and make it a proper sauce by adding in some milk and some vegetable broth. And yeah, and then we'll start assembling this. So during this time I actually want to get my water on to boil, because we're going to be making those shells. Okay, so once your puree is all made, you want to put it at the bottom of a 9x13 Pyrex or similar oven-safe ware. And now we're going to get our shells started and mix our filling. Okay, so now I'm over here with my freezer countertop, and we're going to make the interior of the shells, or the stuffing. So what I have here is our sausage spinach mix with the garlic. I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup of Parmesan, 1 egg, and 15 ounces of ricotta cheese. And I'm gonna mix it all in this bowl, of course wearing my very finest rubber gloves. All right, so that is our filling: the ricotta, an egg, Parmesan, and then the spinach, garlic, and sausage mix. So we're gonna take that. We have our sauce ready to go. The only thing we need now is shells. Okay, so the kitchen's looking a lot better without all those dishes. I have the stuffing here, I have my puree there, the shells are in the process of being boiled. And that leads me to my top cooking tip if you're brand new to cooking, which is clean as you go, because it's gonna free up space. It's gonna make sure that your food is clean and kept in a sanitary way, because nobody likes food poisoning. Just clean as you go, and in the end of your meal, all of it's done. All you have to do is load whatever you've been eating on into the dishwasher or wash it by hand. So everything's ready, and these shells should be done any minute now. So our shells are done, and I'm going to set the oven for 400 degrees and let that preheat while we go and stuff. So I've kind of set up some sort of assembly line here. Of course, we have the stuffing that I just made, and then I have the shells, and they're just sitting in some cold water, so they're easy to handle. And then I have the puree, and the idea is that we're gonna stuff the shells and bring it over to the puree. So I'm gonna do that really quick and get these started in the oven. All right, so we are all done here, at least with the hard part. These are our beautiful stuffed shells. So we're gonna pop these in the oven at 400 degrees for 30 minutes covered in aluminum foil, and then we're gonna take that off and cook them for 15 more minutes with the aluminum foil off. And after that, it's time to serve them. And you can add extra parm if you want, but yeah, these are looking so good. All done. I'm still getting used to the oven. It runs a little hot, so the edges are a little bit tan, but it's not bad otherwise. That's what it looks like fresh out of the oven. So the serving size for these are 3 shells, and so I'm gonna plate that. Hey, so that's how you make this recipe. It's a classic for fall. I really love it. And I haven't tried freezing it yet. I don't know about how puree, especially butternut squash puree, would hold up. So if you try it, please let me know and leave a comment in the description below. I'm probably gonna just put it away in a few Tupperware containers and put it in my fridge to have for later. But if you like this recipe or you wanna see more of these recipes, please be sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and leave a comment, especially if there's a type of recipe or cuisine that you really like that you'd like to see me try to do or tackle. So thank you again for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Now I'm gonna go eat this. Bye.